Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It is time for Broncos baseball, and we are already a pitch in. Get you the lineups here in a moment. And Haysville, Ethan Hunt with a ball, a single out to right field, but it gets past the right fielder, Ben Olson. And Hunt will get to second base. So a hit and an error for Ethan Hunt. And that's how we start off here tonight on our initial broadcast of El Dorado Bronco baseball. Sam Capps on the mound for El Dorado. And batting for Haysville is Tyler Flores, the right fielder. Flores, left-handed batter against the right-handed pitching Capps. 1 ball and no strikes. Capps has a sign, a look at second, and the delivery. That one dives inside, just inside corner, I should say, and that's strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. So a ball and a strike. Ethan Hunt for Haysville led off the game with a single and an error in right field, so he's standing at second base. No one away, 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's one lifted out to left field, and camping under it is Austin Meyer, and he'll fire it back in, and Flores is retired. So 1 away, and here comes the designated hitter, Riley Mahalik. Riley Mahalik from Rider University. Haysville's got a pretty full roster. Apologize, I'm seeing we're getting viewers coming in. There's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Opening broadcast of the season, always a few kinks to work out. And hopefully everything coming in just fine for you as you watch and listen to Broncos baseball here on YouTube. Mahalik lifts one high out to left field. And again, it's Meyer camping under it. No tag at second base, and that's the second out. So with 2 away, that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Brandon Langford. He plays third base for Haysville. For the Broncos out in the field. On the infield, Jared Coynes at third base. Tyler Bailey at shortstop. Mason Goad at second base, and Colton Schenker is at first. There's Sam Capps' first delivery, and this one's hit a mile high, drifting back the third baseman. Now the shortstop will take control. That is the shortstop, Tyler Bailey, and that will retire the side. So a leadoff single in air, and then 3 pop-outs to the left side. So no runs, a hit in air, and 1 left. We'll head to the home half of the first inning. Haysville 0, El Dorado coming to bat. So the El Dorado Broncos coming up bottom half of the first inning. For the Broncos, Tyler Bailey, the shortstop, leads off. Tanner White is the second baseman, DHing. Or it's batting second, I should say, DHing. Kyle Barfield, the center fielder, will bat third. Here's the first pitch to Bailey, and that's in the dirt. Brian Harrelson is pitching for Haysville tonight. Colton Schenker will bat fourth. He's the first baseman. Tristan Peterson catching, batting fifth. Ben Olson, the right fielder, bats sixth. Here's Bailey lifting one out to deep center field. Get with a beat on it back there and making the catch is Dylan Hutchison. So Bailey put a pretty good charge into it, but it's a fly out and the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Tanner White. Finishing off the Broncos order, Jarrett Coyne, the third baseman, batting seventh. Austin Meyer plays left field. He bats eighth, and Mason Goad, the second baseman, will bat ninth. For Haysville out in the field, in the outfield, it's Ethan Hunt in left field, Dylan Hutchinson in center field, and Tyler Flores in right. Harrelson's first pitch to White is right down the middle for strike one. Brandon Langford's at third base, Raymond Rodriguez at short, Alan Sarr at second base. There's a foul ball straight back at us, and it's 0-2. Carson McGregory is the first baseman. And Bryant Harrelson, the pitcher for the Aviators. No balls and 2 strikes to Tanner White. Right-hander Harrelson brings a curveball. It's a high chop down to third. Getting it on the big hop is Langford over to first, and that will retire White. So 2 away. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Kyle Barfield. Barfield, a 6-foot, 185-pounder. Throws right, bats right. He's out of College Station, Texas. Goes to school in Manhattan at Kansas State. So batting third is Barfield. First pitch, a fastball challenge, swing and a miss, strike one. No balls and a strike to Barfield. Aviators playing him through. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Curveball, that's just a little bit low, ball one. The wind tonight here at beautiful McDonald Stadium, blowing from right to left, as it typically does. 1 ball and 1 strike, and a high strike. Oh, they must have called that. I didn't see an indication of strike, but the third swing there, that swing was, we thought 1 and 2, but it's a strikeout of Barfield. Always good to get confirmation from my press box folks saying, no, we didn't see it either. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We're through with 1 inning on opening night for McDonald Stadium. Haysville and El Dorado, 0-0. Back in a moment on YouTube. Time for the top half of inning number 2. And the first pitch from Sam Capps is a ball. Carson McGregor will lead it off here for Haysville. McGregor, Rodriguez, and Hutchison scheduled 3. And the 1-0 pitch. And that's another high fly ball. And it will be the left fielder Meyer, and he dropped it. Looked like he was on skates going to that one. And that will be an error. And it's a second outfield error on El Dorado here in the first inning. Or, well, inning plus. But just outside of really the shortstop Bailey's range, the center fielder Barfield and the left fielder Meyer converged. There's a line drive down to third and snagged by Jarrett Coyne. So good wood there by Raymond Rodriguez to no avail. Always love the nuances of baseball. The batter before, McGregor hits a high fly ball, and that drops, and then Rodriguez really put good wood on it, and he's out. Great game. And first pitch swinging is Hutchison, and this one's popped up on the infield, and coming in to make the play, the second baseman Goad. He'll make the catch, and that's 2 away. Haysville is up there to swing. So here comes the catcher, David De La Cruz. De La Cruz from Cisco Junior College. And he's first pitch hacking, and that's a foul ball straight back. No balls and a strike. Sam Capps, the pitcher for El Dorado. He's a 6'1", 180-pounder out of Smithville, Missouri. And he plays college ball at Fort Hays State. No balls and a strike. And the pitch, that's a bit inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So De La Cruz, 1 ball and 1 strike, right-handed batter. Down at first base, McGregor, he reached on the air. And there's one again, fouled back, 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes. Capps with a look and the pitch. And this one, a late swing by De La Cruz, and he sprays it into the parking lot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice to have you tuned in. Great to, hopefully the audio. Feel free to let me know how everything sounds and looks. And you can email me at Caden Broadcasting. That's CADEN Broadcasting at gmail.com. Here's the 1-2. And a curveball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So again, Capps works off a leadoff batter getting on base. And after McGregor got on, he retired the next 3. So no runs, no hits. There was an error and 1 left. We played 1.5. Haysville 0, El Dorado 0. Back in a moment on YouTube. So we get ready for the bottom half of the second inning, and for the Broncos, it'll be the first baseman, Colton Schenker. Schenker from just down the road in Augusta. Went to Labette County Community College last season. And no balls and a strike quickly on Schenker. Left-handed stick for the Broncos. 6 foot 180. And Harrelson winds and deals, looking for the corner, and we're going to assume that's a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brian Harrelson was close. And the 1-1, and that one's chopped, a high chopper up the middle. This will be a close play. The shortstop has no shot. It'll be an infield single. McDonald Stadium infield single for Colton Schenker, the high hopper over the pitcher's mound, I should say. And by the time Rodriguez got there, it wasn't much of a chance. So here comes Tristan Peterson. Peterson, the catcher for the Broncos from Kansas State. And laid on the fastball, strike 1. Good location there by Harrelson. So no balls and a strike. Brian Harrelson dealing with Tristan Peterson. A leadoff single for Schenker. And the pitch. And again late is Peterson. Strike 2. Of course, the Aviators, they are in the Jayhawk League. Real thorn in the side of the Broncos a couple seasons ago. There's the 0-2 curveball and lifting this one high out into shallow right field, and coming in making the play is the right fielder Florence. So 1 away, and that'll bring up the right fielder Ben Olson. Ben Olson from Bethel Heights, Arkansas. Bats left, throws right, out of Coffeyville Community College. Throw over to first, and Schenker's back. No score. We're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. No runs and a hit for Haysville. No runs, a hit, and 2 errors already by El Dorado, but Caps has worked out of it. Pitch maybe a little high, a little off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes to Olson. Modest lead for Schenker off of first, and a swing and a miss, strike 1. Opening night here at McDonald Stadium. Really nice crowd has filed in for tonight's festivities. 1 ball and 1 strike to Olson. And that one's right down Broadway. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So a ball and 2 strikes from Harrelson. Olson now in protect mode, and the pitch. That one's on the inside corner for strike 3. So 2 away. That'll bring up Jarrett Coyne, the 3rd baseman. Schenker off of first, and the pitch. That's high, 1 ball and no strikes. So we're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Haysville's had their leadoff batter on each of the first 2 innings, and El Dorado getting their leadoff batter here, only to be followed by outs. No one able to move any runners to this point. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Broncos in their home white uniforms with the orange numerals and black trim. There's the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch from Harrelson. And again, Broncos just a little bit behind on that fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Aviators out there in the, do we dare say the powder blue tops and the gray pants? 1 ball and 2 strikes to Coyne. Chokes up on the lumber, and that one a little high and tight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coyne with a slightly open stance there at the plate, and the 2-2 curveball stayed just a bit above the letters, and it'll be full, so Schenker will get a head start. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Schenker on the go. The pitch is low, ball 4. So the Broncos with runners at first and second, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Austin Meyer. Austin Meyer, left-hander up there at the plate from my home state of Wisconsin. No, check that. Nope, I'm looking at the wrong one. There is strike one. There's Austin Meyer from Ormond Beach, California. No balls and a strike. And again, in the zone is Harrelson, and quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Harrelson holding all the cards now. No balls and 2 strikes to Austin Meyer. The right-hander with a look back and the pitch, and that one's in the turf. Nice stop by De La Cruz. So ball and 2 strikes. Outfielders playing straight away here on Meyer. And the pitch, and this one's hit up the middle, gloved by the second baseman. He'll go to first. Looked like he slipped a bit as he threw that one, but still enough time to get Meyer. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We'll head to the 3rd inning. Haysville and El Dorado tied at 0. So welcome back, top of the 3rd inning. No score between Haysville and El Dorado. Alan Sarr, the second baseman, number 9 batter in the lineup for Haysville, leading off for the Aviators. And 0-1 and just a bit high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Balls on a strike now to Sarr. Oh, Haysville has had their leadoff batter on each of the first 2 innings. This one's fouled right back. If that netting's not there, might have had to make a catch. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball, bit off the plate, 3-2. And close, but a little bit up there for Sarr, so it's a walk, and that's 3 innings in a row. So back to the top of the order, it's Ethan Hunt. Singled out to right field, and then the ball scooted past the right fielder Olson, and Hunt was on second base. One ball and no strikes to Ethan Hunt. Top of the order here for. And a throw over to first base. Again, apologize. I see we got several folks now watching and listening. I had a link up. There's the 1-0 pitch to Hunt, and he chops one to short. This is going to be a tough play, and no way to get him at second base. So that'll be an in for Hunt. And good job by Sarr hustling down there to make it safe to second base. So I had a link posted, and when we got time to go on, well, I couldn't figure out why we weren't going on. So I just had to create a live event. If you're making any comments on our YouTube page, I won't be able to read them till afterwards because you see the laptop that I have here is pointed towards the field so you can see what's going on. So Haysville with something cooking here in the top of the third inning. Tyler Flores, the right fielder, looks at ball one. Sarr with a leadoff walk is at second base. Hunt with an infield single at first. Flores flied out to left field his first time. 1 ball and no strikes. And a ball hit foul. It's going to get out of play for Flores. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zero, 2, and 0 for Haysville. 0, 1, and 2 for El Dorado. Sam Capps on the hill. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. And fouled out of play straight back behind us and into the parking lot. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Capps would love a ground ball here or a strikeout. Riley Mahalik stands on deck for Haysville. Here's the 1-2. And it's lifted high on the infield. That'll be an infield fly. Making the catch for El Dorado is Mason Goad. So a big first out for Capps and the Broncos. Mahalik flew out to left field his first time. He's 0 for 1. He's the designated hitter for Haysville from Rider University. Not a lot of breeze here tonight. Very pleasant evening for baseball, that's for sure. Capps with a delivery and missed the strike zone. 1 ball and no strikes. If you're not familiar with McDonald Stadium, it's a turf infield with a grass outfield. The wind generally blows out towards center field. Here's the 1-0 and another towering pop fly. This drifts into foul territory and camping under it, making the catch. A little drama there, Jared Coyne. So much like in inning number 1, only this 2 runners on. Flores a fly out, Mahalik a fly out, and now Capps will try to finish it off with Brandon Langford. Langford, the third baseman, popped out to shortstop his first time. Alan Sarr walked. He's at second base. Ethan Hunt, an infield single at first. 2 away now for the Aviators. As Langford steps in, he's from University of North Carolina at Asheville. And a slow curve just missed the zone. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Aviators are here all weekend long. Games tomorrow night and Sunday night. 7 o'clock start times. We'll have them all for you here on YouTube. And there's a foul off the legs of Langford. I'll try to toy with my system here again, but again, I'll have a link up, but then if we get right at game time, I'll just create a live event. So just kind of be paying attention. Tell your friends, go to on YouTube, just search for Kurt Caden, that's with 2 C's, C-U-R-T-C-A-D-E-N, and subscribe for free. And all the games, of course, live, and if you miss any of them, they will be archived. You can look back to the last 3 years of games on my page. 1 ball and 1 strike. This one darts down low, 2 balls and a strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the 3rd inning, no score. Right-handed batter, Brandon Langford. And the pitch. And this one's chopped foul. All right, ricochets off the fence, so Coyne will go run it down. Coyne at 3rd, Bailey at short, Goad at 2nd, and Schenker at 1st. The infield for the Broncos. Meyer in left. Barfield in center, and Olson in right field. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Capps. Curveball, and this one hit out to center field, and camping under it is Barfield. He's got it, and boy, what a great job by Sam Capps. The first 2 runners got on, and then the next 3 did not. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 left. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Haysville 0, El Dorado 0. So, bottom of the 3rd inning for the Broncos. And first pitch swinging. And fouling off is Mason Goad, the second baseman. No score. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So glad to have so many of you tuned in here as we continue to get viewers. Nice to have you on here. Kurt Caden from El Dorado, Kansas. 0-1 pitch to Goad is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. My email address, Caden Broadcasting, C-A-D-E-N, Caden Broadcasting at gmail.com. Always love to interact with the parents and fans, aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, all of you. And usually can do it very easily. I just got to get my phone's not quite working exactly like I like it. But please send those emails. Swing and a miss on the 1-2 pitch by Goad, and he is a strikeout casualty. So we'll go to the top of the order, and it's Tyler Bailey. Tyler Bailey flew out to center field his first time. Bailey from Stafford, Virginia. Harrelson throwing some pretty good gas, really popping the catcher's mitt. Nothing like the sound of that when you come to the yard. 1 ball and no strikes to Bailey. And the pitch. Off speed. Bailey got under it, lifts it foul and out of play. So a ball and a strike. We hope, probably not this weekend, but the next time we come on air that we will hopefully have a camera that I can zoom in with and graphics so you can know exactly what the score is. So I'll be saying it quite a bit for you. 2 balls and a strike here to Bailey, 0-0, bottom of the 3rd inning. Harrelson winds and deals. That one curved in. It's, I guess, high. Ball 3, I should say. 3 balls and 1 strike. Tanner White waits on deck for El Dorado. And the pitch. And again, popped up. Will this one reach foul territory? I believe it will. Yep. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a full count here on Tyler Bailey. Toby Reuter in his first year as the head man, taking over after a very successful stint from Chad Gerwin. This one in the turf, ball 4. De La Cruz will have to run it down. Bailey trots down to first base. Toby Reuter, the head coach, and the assistant coaches are Joe Kennedy, who we've watched the last 3 years here play for El Dorado, and Nick Griffin. And as we get into the season, hope to have at least either Kennedy or Griffin up here to talk about the team. So a 1-out walk to Bailey, and Tanner White looks at ball 1. White grounded out to third his first time. And the pitch from Harrelson, that's painting the corner beautifully. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitcher Harrelson from Henderson State. Throw over to first. Not a big lead by Bailey. He's back easily. So ball and a strike here to Tanner White. Bailey got a running start. Here's a throw down to second base and a steal. Good read by Bailey. And it'll be 2 balls and a strike to White. Bailey didn't have a big lead, but he got a running start. Harrelson will step off. Bottom of the 3rd inning, no score. And the pitch from Harrelson. This one's hit out into center field on a line, but right at the center fielder. And an easy catch for Hutchison, and he gets it in quickly. Boy, White struck it well, but he hit it right at Hutchison. So the Broncos will need a 2-out hit from Barfield. Kyle Barfield stepping in. Right-handed batter, Barfield, struck out his first time. Bailey down at second base. Shortstop and the second baseman for Haysville pinching a little bit there. And Barfield, first pitch swinging. Skies went on the infield to the first baseman. And that will be caught kind of on the heel of the glove, but caught nonetheless by McGregory. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're through 3. No score from McDonald Stadium. More play-by-play in a moment here on YouTube. And welcome back. Top of the 4th inning. Carson McGregory just missed, and he just lifts it harmlessly out into right field, and Ben Olson makes the catch. That sounded like pretty good wood, but McGregory flies out. So one away here in the top half of the fourth inning. Raymond Rodriguez, the shortstop, will take his turn. He lined out solidly to third base. Jared Coyne made the catch. There's a curveball diving down, and 1 ball and no strikes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez followed by Dylan Hutchison. Here in the top of the fourth inning, 0-2-0 for Haysville, 0-1-2 for El Dorado. And the 1-0 pitch and a line drive onto left field, hooking foul. Rodriguez has tattooed a couple balls. One went for an out, and that one goes for a foul ball. The Broncos won't see Haysville again till about the end of the regular season. July 14th, 15th, and 16th is the next time these two teams will meet. There's a 1-1. Curveball drops in, strike 2. One of the schedules, you open with a team, and then that's the second to last series that you see at the end of the year. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rodriguez. And the pitch. So he's changed the eye level certainly there. Rodriguez starting a bit out of the way. I don't know if it was that close, but they've had some mustard on it. Rodriguez from Florida Memorial University. And a 2-2 count. And the pitch. And this one's chopped onto third. Coyne gets it on the big hop. Sidearm throw to first. Retires Rodriguez. Not an easy play whatsoever for Jared Coyne. So 2 away for Haysville, and here comes Dylan Hutchison, the center fielder. Hutchison from Cisco Junior College. Haysville's really gone all over. They've got kids from Oklahoma, Kansas, North Carolina, they're strike 1. Florida, Hawaii, Indiana. No balls and a strike, and a wave and a miss by Hutchison. He was way out in front of that curveball. No balls and 2 strikes. Sam Capps still on the hill here for El Dorado. And the 0-2 pitch, hit towards second base, a dive, gloving it, throw by Goad. It's close, but not in time. Great effort by Mason Goad. So a 2-out single will bring up the catcher, David De La Cruz. Getting a lead is Hutchison off of first. Throwing his bat and gloves to his base coach, and Capps delivers. And De La Cruz with a violent swing and a miss, strike 1. Email address again, cadenbroadcasting@gmail.com. Capps was scheduled to go 3. He's going 4. He's got a pretty low pitch count. But there is activity in the Bronco bullpen. And taking off was Hutchison. They had him picked off, but what a good base runner does, if he gets picked off, you just run. So many times you see guys kind of hesitate and try to get into a pickle. He just took off, and he ends up with a stolen base. So Haysville with a runner in scoring position for the second straight inning. No balls and a strike to De La Cruz in the pitch. And this one's going to be fouled out of play. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Also looks like Alabama represented on the roster here for Haysville. New Jersey. Curveball, and that one's a beauty. De La Cruz was frozen. So the 2-out single doesn't hurt. No runs on a hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 left on base. So we'll head to the bottom of the fourth inning. El Dorado 0, Haysville 0. And welcome back, bottom of inning number 4. No score between Haysville and El Dorado. League foes. That'll be 4-5-6 in the El Dorado lineup. Colton Schenker leading it off. He singled his first time. He's got the only hit, and he steps into one, hits it out into deep center field. Going back is Hutchison, and then some trouble with the footing, but he still makes the catch. What a play by Hutchison. He got to his spot, and then maybe went a step too far, went to plant, and Othnick may have hit a soft spot or something out there, went to his knees and made the catch. So here's Tristan Peterson. He flew out to right field his first time. Right-handed batter. He's the catcher and looks at strike 1. No balls and a strike, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I think we might have our biggest online crowd on opening night. We're at 51 viewers right now online, which is really fantastic. Yeah, and I even screwed up to start the broadcast, so probably lost 20 people. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hope to get emails and have conversations, whether you're a Haysville fan or an El Dorado fan. Love to visit with both. Peterson fouls it out of play. Stays 1-2. So the 1-2 from Harrelson, right-hander, and boy, Peterson just fought that one off. Too close to take, so he fisted that one straight back into the netting. Another foul ball over on the right side, and that one just reaches the other side of the wall, and unable to make a play on it was McGregory. So Peterson's fouled off 3 possible third strikes from Harrelson. Here's the 1-2. And that one's in the turf and skips all the way nearly into the Bronco dugout. And the pitch, and right up the middle, it might have glanced off the glove of Harrelson. And that'll be a base hit for Tristan Peterson. So a 1-out single for El Dorado. Ben Olson, the right fielder, steps in, and the pitcher Harrelson would like a new ball. And the pitch to Olson a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. No score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Fouled out of play by Olson. 1-1. Ben Olson from Coffeyville Community College. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Over at first is Peterson, and a broken bat. That one skips behind the pitcher's mound, and a close play at first, and out by a half step. Well, that bat shattered. Advancing to second is Peterson, and they'll bring up the third baseman, Jarrett Coyne. Rodriguez retires Olson 6-3. Two away for El Dorado here in the bottom of the fourth. And Coyne, first pitch swinging, fouls it out of play. So no balls and a strike. Harrelson, a quick worker, and I'm sure his defenders appreciate that. Coyne hits one out into right center field. Going back and making the catch is Flores, and that'll end the inning. So a couple of pretty nicely struck balls by El Dorado, but they end up with nothing to show for it. In the inning for El Dorado, no runs, a hit, no errors, and one left. We'll head to the fifth inning. Haysville 0, El Dorado 0. So 4 solid innings put in by Sam Capps, and now a new pitcher for El Dorado. It's Avery Reed-Miller. Reed-Miller is a 6'2", 175-pounder from Wichita. He goes to Newman University. First pitch from Reed-Miller is a ball. Batter Alan Saar calls time. Now slices one into the Bronco bullpen for strike one. Okay. 1 ball and a strike for Reed-Miller, and Saar looked to square around there and then got out of the way. New catcher for El Dorado, Sam Donnell from Labette County Community College is in there. 2 balls and a strike, and now 3-1. So 4 innings for Capps. He gave up no runs, 3 hits. He had 2 strikeouts and a walk. Saar looks at strike 2, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff batter for Haysville here in the top of the 5th inning. No score between the Broncos and the Aviators. So full count, right-hander Reed-Miller winds and deals, a swing and a miss, strike 3. So a strikeout for Reed-Miller. He worked back from a 3-1 count. So to the top of the order. One ball and no strikes to Ethan Hunt. He's 2 for 2. And a pitcher's pitch for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch, curveball, and in there again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hunt singled in the first inning onto right field, and it skipped past Olson, and he got to second base, but was stranded there. There's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts by Reed Miller. So 2-way for Haysville. And Tyler Flores up there to hit. Flores 0 for 2. Flew out to left and popped out to second base. And lifts one out into right field. Olson camping under it. He'll make the catch, and 3 up and 3 down for Reed Miller. Very impressive top half of the 5th inning for Reed Miller. So we are halfway through from El Dorado. We have no score. Back in a moment on YouTube. And welcome back. Here, as you might have seen and not heard, Austin Meyer taps it over to first base and was able to outrun the pitcher. So that'll be an infield single for Meyer. And here comes Mason Goad. No score. New pitcher in for Haysville. And it's Andrew Yates. Left-hander. Yates delivers. And this one's tapped towards third base, having to wait for the third baseman. Now we're to first, and Goad is retired. Langford didn't even really bother looking at second. That one was tapped slowly out to him. Didn't have a chance there. So That will advance Austin Meyer down to second base. Hey, good news. I can now read your emails. And here's one that just skips past the batter, Bailey. And a nice job by De La Cruz to make the play, and no advance from Bailey. Chris Worrell, my friend from Haysville, says it sounds like there's tapping. The audio, and I'm not sure. I promise I have nothing tapping on here. Here's one that squirts past De La Cruz down to third base. That'll be a pass ball on De La Cruz, and Meyer down to third. So the best scoring opportunity for either side. Yeah, first, Gina Short should be my color girl here. First runner to make third base tonight. And the infield will come in. Interesting on game one. Pitcher's been in control to this point. Bailey is 0 for 1 with a walk. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch from Yates. That one's on the inside there. Inner half of the batter's box, I guess. And 3 balls and no strikes. Tanner White waits on deck. 3-0 for Tyler Bailey. And the pitch, that one's in there for strike 1. Andrew Yates, left-handed pitcher from Indiana University Southeast. Chris, I do appreciate the message, and then I just don't know. I don't know what I can do. I'm trying to check everything, make sure. If anyone else out there is having any issues, sound like it's tapping, I'd appreciate to hear that from you. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. And this one's hit down to third base, gloved nicely there by Langford. Over to first, no chance for an advance by Meyer. And a big second out for Haysville. So the Broncos will look for some 2-out magic. White, a left-handed batter. He's DHing tonight. He's 0 for 2. Yates has a sign. Off the third is Meyer. And the pitch inside, ball 1. Austin Meyer with an infield single. Advanced to second on a fielder's choice. Advanced to third on a pass ball. Remains at third with a 1-0 count to Tanner White. Email address, cadenbroadcasting@gmail.com. I can read your comments right now. Here's the 1-0. That one's in the turf, ball 2. 0-3-0 for Haysville. 0-3-2 for El Dorado. Both starters, Harrelson for Haysville, Caps for El Dorado, were very good. Here's the 2-0. And that one just missed, 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes here to Tanner White. And the pitch from Yates, taking all the way, is White, and it's strike 1. Three balls and 1 strike. Meyer down at third for El Dorado, and the pitch. That one's off the plate, ball 4. So Kyle Barfield will come up, center fielder from Kansas State University. He's 0 for 2. Struck out and popped out to third, and we'll get a mound visit. Broncos, after this opening weekend homestand, head to Great Bend. New team in our league, Great Bend. 2 new teams in our league, actually. Bethany, Oklahoma, and Wellington both skedaddled, and Great Bend is in, and Oklahoma City is in. The Broncos will go to Great Bend for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday games, and then they'll spend the weekend in Dodge City. before one of those Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, home series with Derby. So it looks like our next broadcast will be Wednesday, June 14th. After the weekend, I should say. We'll have the games tomorrow night and Sunday. 7 o'clock start right here on YouTube. So Yates is now ready. And they'll throw over to first, and they're going to pick. Oh, my. They called him safe. Tanner White was picked off. I'm not sure he even got back to the base, and White is already taking his lead as the manager for Haysville comes out to talk. Tanner White got a huge break right there. So nothing happened, I guess. We'll go back here to 0-0, and the first pitch is a strike to Barfield. It didn't even really look like that deceptive of a move from Yates. But White kind of got stuck in the turf. No balls and a strike to Barfield, and the pitch. And this one's hit on the right center field. That will draw in the first run. Around second and over to third is White. He will stop there. It is a 2-out double by Kyle Barfield. How big was the safe call there at first now on the pickoff by Yates? First run of the season. So Tony from Lexington, Kentucky, hearing a thumping noise. I wonder what it is. I'll adjust my dials a little bit here, but I'm not sure if that'll do anything or not. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tony, thank you for the email from Lexington, Kentucky. One ball and 1 strike. Boy, Daylight Cruz really trying to frame that one to Schenker. It was low, and you could see him lift his glove up, trying to frame it at the knees. Didn't get the call. 2 balls and a strike. Schenker with a big opportunity here. El Dorado leading 1-0. And he sprays one out into left field. Base hit. That has scored both runners. And it's another 2-out hit for the Broncos. Colton Schenker. A 2 RBI single. And it's 3-0 El Dorado. Broncos. And the pitch in there for strike 1 to Sam Donnell, who's batting for the first time tonight. Took over for Peterson. Peterson caught the first 4 innings. And that pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sam Donnell. It's Dannehl. From Labette County Community College, hometown of Omaha, Nebraska. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the throw over first. And back is Schenker. Schenker's been kind of sneaking back to first even when Yates goes home. Yates throws off the third base side of the hill. Schenker a modest lead off the first, and the pitch. That one's in there for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3 runs for El Dorado. A RBI double by Barfield and a 2 RBI single by Schenker. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, nasty curveball. That one really darted down. And Donnell did not offer. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Damage done for El Dorado. They scored 3 times on 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 left. So after 5, it's El Dorado 3, Haysville 0. More play-by-play in a moment. You're watching and listening to El Dorado Bronco Baseball here on YouTube. So Haysville comes to bat here in the top of the 6th inning, and they trail 3-0. Riley Mahalik, the DH, will lead it off. And first pitch swinging, it's out of play. So I was hoping maybe my friend Chris from Haysville, maybe it was just his system, but now I've gotten more emails saying it sounds like a basketball bouncing on a floor. That is really annoying, and unfortunately, if I do anything, I would have to end the stream. So I can say this, hopefully, as Mahalik fouls another one out of play, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I will try to diagnose the problem tonight or tomorrow and see by tomorrow night. Hopefully it's better. No promises. My expertise is not in engineering. It's in talking. Mahalik fouls it out of play. As I broadcast here, there is nobody on my table. I have a fan going, but there's no rumbling, so it must be internal in the computer. There's a ball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So I made my hand going in there. I have to bend around to even see the picture, so I can't. I do appreciate the feedback, though, and that'll give me something to work on. Reed Miller misses inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dangerous question, I guess I have, is it unbearable? Is it one of those things where you turn the audio down and just watch? 3-2. And this one's lifted. This one will stay between the lines, coin with it on the 3rd base line, and he makes the catch. So 1 away, and here comes Brandon Langford. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Pop out to short and fly out to center field. And I realize that question will be different. If I'm watching and listening and hearing that, I would probably say it is awful and probably unlistenable. I will. Again, these broadcasts will be archived, too. Reed Miller in for strike 1, so I will go back and listen tonight and see and figure out what's wrong. No balls and a strike. And a pitch from Reed Miller, and that one's right down there again. No balls and 2 strikes. I don't think Langford was expecting that fastball in that location. So Reed Miller way ahead. No balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 6th inning. Curveball stays high, 1-2. 3-5-2 for El Dorado. 0-3-0 for Haysville. Reed Miller in his 2nd inning of work. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Reed Miller has struck out 3 of the first 5 batters he has faced. Here comes Carson McGregory. But Gregory reached on an outfield error in the second inning and flew out to right field, a ball that he just missed. But really hitting it a long ways. So he's 0 for 2 official. Fastball darts down low, ball 1. Two away for Haysville in the top of the 6th. And 9.5, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Avery Reed-Miller out of Newman University. And the pitch, and that one's in there. So Reed-Miller 1 and 2. So ball and 2 strikes, 2 away, Vada at the top of the 6th, and the pitch hit foul, and that will probably, yes, it will reach the Bronco bullpen out of play. And just inside, 2 and 2. Ruth Wolf emailing me. Yeah, I did change one setting, and she said it was hard to hear, so I'll turn that back up. The tapping remained, though, even though I changed the setting, so it wasn't that. Pitch in the turf, 3 and 2. This is what I like, interaction. Find out what's good, what's bad. Does the pitcher look good? Can we get any good comments? 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away for Haysville, and the pitch from Reed-Miller. Hit out into center field. Couple of steps in, and now drifting back is Barfield, makes the catch, and that's the inning. 3 up and 3 down for Haysville in the top of the 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Broncos 3, Aviators 0. We're back in a moment on you. And welcome back, bottom of the 6th inning. Again, really appreciate the emails we're getting in here tonight, and hopefully the volume is back to where it was. I was told that it was getting hard to hear. So I've turned some things back up, and hopefully you are hearing everything okay now. 1 ball and no strikes. Ken Olson leading it off for the Broncos, and that one in there for a strike, 1 and 2. 1 ball and 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike here to Olson. And Yates, the lefty with the pitch. That one's right on there, right on the plate. Now it's 1 and 2. Yates, the lefty, Olson batting from the left side. And the 1-2 pitch. And just an emergency swing to stay alive. Fouled that one off. Again, it's a work in progress. We will have this fine-tuned, hopefully by tomorrow and Sunday. But nice to have so many of you watching and listening here tonight. A ball and 2 strikes to Olson. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Yates went with straight gas there. So that'll bring up Jarrett Coyne. He is 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. And he'll tap this one foul. Strike one. Broncos leading this one by a score of 3-0. 3 runs in the 5th inning. No balls and a strike. Yates to Coyne. And the pitch just missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. This one in the turf. 2 balls and a strike. Coyne during his college season batted .350. 50 hits, 143 at bats. Scored 17, drove in 21. He had 1 long ball. And the 2-1 pitch. That one's low, ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike here to Coyne. Three balls, 1 strike. Yates sets. And the pitch swinging right over the top of that one was Coyne. It'll be a full count. So full count, 1 away for El Dorado here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the 3-2. And swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts by Yates here in the top of the 6th inning. Thank you, Jerry Cantwell. Did Jerry tell me where he's listening from? I do like, by the way, when you let me know where you're listening from. It's fun for me to see where folks are listening from. We got Lexington, Kentucky. We got Indiana. Strike 1 here, Austin Meyer. Meyer led off the 5th inning with a single and eventually came around and scored the first Bronco run. No balls and a strike. That one skips off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Austin Meyer, Ormond Beach, California. Broncos had a few players from California last year. It was fun to visit with their parents via email and watching games here on the YouTube channel. 2 balls and a strike. I believe we might have been the first organization to start streaming games online. Others have joined in. Haysville, here's a pitch. Is low, ball 3. I know Chris Worrell and the Aviators, they broadcast. They've been video streaming now for a couple of years, and it's always fun. Of course, this vantage point straight behind home plate, but at Haysville, it's like down the 3rd base line, so it's a different look. It's fun to watch. 3 balls and a strike. That one a little bit low, ball 4. So Meyer walks. And that'll bring up Mason Goad, the second baseman. The Aviators have some activity in their bullpen. El Dorado's bullpen quiet right now. So 2 away, a 2-out walk for the Broncos. And fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Goad is 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out in the 3rd inning, grounded out to 3rd. In the 5th. His ground out was hit slowly enough that allowed Meyer to advance to second base. And then the fun really started for El Dorado. Throw over to first base. And safe is Meyer. 3-0 El Dorado. Bottom of the 6th inning here from McDonald Stadium. And Goad looks at strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch running back to first base there was Meyer as that pitch came home. Yates is fooling the Bronco runners over at first base. Of course, the big play of the game was the safe call when it looked like Tanner White was picked off of first base. That call went against Haysville, and it really hurt because the Broncos got a double and a single and scored 3 runs after it, which would have ended the inning had he been called out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away for Mason Goad here at the dish. And Yates will bring it home. The pitch fouled into the netting. There's some youth baseball. You probably can't see it on the screen there now, just behind the scoreboard that you can maybe read. But it's a great venue here at El Dorado. They've got some youth baseball parks and softball parks over there. So a lot of nights during the summer, it's filled with cars with the Broncos here and then the youth just across the fence. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Mason Goad. Yates has his sign. And Meyer on his way, and that pitch a little bit low. Yates not loving the call, and it's just looking at the catcher's reaction. De La Cruz, he didn't love the ball 4 call either. So for Yates, 2 straight strikeouts to open the 6th inning, and now 2 straight walks. And Haysville might be making a change as the top of the Bronco order is coming up. Haven't seen the move yet. Yep, they're going to make a change. So Yates is done, and he had a bit of a rough go. He inherited a 0-0 game as he started in the top of the 5th inning, but 3 earned runs in the 5th inning, and the 2 runners on are his responsibility. We'll give you the name of the new pitcher in a moment. 3-0 El Dorado. You're listening and watching to Bronco Baseball here on YouTube. So new pitcher here for Haysville is Jonathan Radomski from Edward Waters College. I've never heard of that one. No balls and a strike. Now no balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff batter, Tyler Bailey. Bailey tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. He's got a stolen base as well. So Radomski inheriting a little bit of a mess, and his curveball stays inside, ball 1. Jonathan Radomski. It's interesting as you go through both rosters here. I'll tell you in a second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3-0 El Dorado looking for more, and here's one hit right out to the second baseman. That's gloved cleanly out there by Saar, and he will retire Bailey to retire the side. tell you about the rosters that I have in a moment. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. We'll head to the 7th inning. El Dorado 3 and Haysville 0. You're watching and listening to Bronco Baseball on YouTube. And it is time now for the top of the 7th inning. Broncos lead 3-0. And the Aviators will bring up Raymond Rodriguez, Dylan Hutchinson, and David De La Cruz here in the 7th against Avery Reedmiller. And Rodriguez, first pitch swinging, and that one is fouled out of play. So, no balls and a strike. And that one's on the corner, no balls and 2 strikes now on Rodriguez. Curveball hit out to second base. Goad on 2 hops. Fields it over to first, and Rodriguez is retired. So 1 away. It's only the second ground ball out. Yeah, it seems like there's been a lot of fly balls tonight. So it's 1 away for Haysville, and here's Dylan Hutchison. Hutchison looks at strike 1. Dylan Hutchinson 1 for 2 tonight. He flew out to second base and had a base hit back in the 4th inning. That was the last hit for the Aviators. Here's one lifted up to center field. Barfield closing in and makes the catch. So 2 away. De La Cruz up there now, and he is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a violent swing for strike 1. Pitch a little bit high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, I hear had some mentions that the volume appears a little low. Here's De La Cruz, a tapper. This is going to be a really tough play. Coyne throws it down there, but De La Cruz will beat it. So that's the first hit. In fact, the first base runner for Haysville since the 4th inning. So 2 away. For Haysville. And coming up there is Alan Saar. And Saar, 1 hop out to go. He'll flip to second, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. No one left. Time to stretch at McDonald Stadium. El Dorado 3 and Haysville 0. We're back in a moment here on YouTube. And we're testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, testing 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, testing. Test 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, check 1, 2, testing 1, 2, 3. Well, hopefully this is. Yeah, it was good for a second. I got, let's say, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check 1, 2. All right, we'll try to go with that. The Broncos come up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. This game moving right along. Tanner White, 0 for 2 with a walk. He scored. And, of course, he was the one at first that, well, it looked like that Yates had picked him off at first. The Broncos got a break, got the safe call, and El Dorado ended up scoring 3 times in the 5th inning. 1 ball and 1 struck, and Radomski throws one past White for strike 2. Thank you, Tad. I've been bugging Tad all day trying to make sure this would work. 1 ball and 2 strikes, that's outside. I did switch the cables as you told me. Now, Tad, I'm wondering. I'm told now the popping sound is gone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I'm just wondering, Tad, if you hear a like a basketball, does it sound like a basketball or a tapping sound? That's what feedback I've been getting tonight. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Domsky to White. Bottom of the 7th inning, Broncos lead 3-0, and this one's low, ball 4. Bronco batters have had a good eye. Haysville pitchers have, when they've walked it, they haven't missed by a lot. So here's Kyle Barfield, and Barfield had the big double that scored Meyer in the 5th inning, and then Barfield came around and scored on Schenker's single. So Kyle Barfield, 1 for 3 tonight, and he'll look at strike 1. And my folks who've been emailing me, I'm just curious if it sounds any better on your end. No balls and a strike to Kyle Barfield. And the pitch, nice job by De La Cruz. Didn't know he had it, but he did. 1 ball and 1 strike. All season, look, I think I added up 21 home games we'll be broadcasting. We don't do the road games. We have to have internet, and you just never know when you go from place to place. So we do all the home games here on YouTube. Laced up the middle, but right at Rodriguez. He touches the bag for 1, over to first for 2. A 6-3 double play. A 6U3 double play. Nicely done there by Rodriguez, and that'll bring up Colton Schenker. Well, Tad, I'm not sure if you're listening, so there's strike 1. But all of a sudden, I'm getting some good feedback on the sounds now. Much better from Ruth Wolf and Chris, who alerted me right away. And the clicking is gone. Hooray! Love, love, love hearing that. Let's get back to baseball. 3 balls and no strikes. Kind of broadcasting and doing some technical work here all together. 3 balls and no strikes to Colton Schenker. And he's taking all the way and looking at ball 4. Again, not by much. Is that missing? So a walk, a double play, and a walk. And the Broncos have their catcher, Sam Donnell, coming up. Donnell in his second at-bat. Tristan Peterson started, got 2 at-bats. and left after the fourth inning, and Donnell came in the fifth. He struck out to end that disastrous inning for Haysville. And here he is for a second time, and he's way behind a fastball from Radomski. No balls and a strike. 3-5-2 for El Dorado. 0-4-0 for Haysville here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Opening night for the Broncos. The 0-1, and hit right out to the second baseman. One hop, flip to Rodriguez, whose momentum almost took him off of second. Must be nice to be young and athletic. He was able to keep that back foot on the base and retire the runner Schenker. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and we have played 7 complete here from El Dorado. The Broncos 3, the Aviators 0. We're back in a moment. You're watching and listening to Bronco Baseball on YouTube. So a new pitcher, boy, Avery Riedmiller really did a nice job for El Dorado. And if I check with Gary, I would guess Riedmiller is in line for the win here tonight, if things hold out as they are. So Garrett Glass takes over, 6'3", 170, right-hander from Inola, Oklahoma, and he goes to school right here in El Dorado at Butler County Community College. And the first pitch swinging is the leadoff batter, Ethan Hunt. Foul ball, strike one. 3-0, El Dorado leading. No balls and a strike to Hunt, and he swings and misses. That one bit the catcher, Donnell, a bit. So they give the catcher, Donnell, a little time to rest. Now no balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch, and that's outside, ball 1. Garrett Glass here in the 8th inning. 3-0 Broncos, top of the 8th. Right-hander winds and deals. The pitch, curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Hunt, after starting the game with a single in the first and a single in the third, struck out in the 5th and struck out in the 8th. Tyler Flores is 0 for 3 fly ball outs for Flores. Left field, second base, and right field. Left-hander batting, right-hander pitching. Here's one out to shortstop. Nice Sunday hop, throw over to first, and by a step, Flores is retired for the second out of the inning. Tyler Bingley showing off a pretty good hose there for the Broncos. So here's Riley Mahalik for the Aviators. 2 away for Haysville here in the top of the 8th inning. And the pitch, that one spiked a scud in front of the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Mahalik also 3 fly ball outs tonight. Left field, third and third. The 1-0 pitch, a bit high, ball 2. Toby Reuter in his first game as the manager of the Broncos. Mahalik lifts one out to left field and deep. Going back is Meyer to the wall and gone. Opposite field home run for Riley Mahalik. And there's not much breeze. That was all Mahalik right there. So if you're an Aviator fan, which there are several here tonight, you're celebrating and happy. If you're a Bronco fan, and more importantly, if you're Garrett Glass, I saw his reaction after that home run. He kind of shrugged his shoulders. He doesn't want to walk anyone. He wants to make them earn it. And so I think the Broncos will live with that as well. They lead 3-1. And that'll bring up Langford. And strike 1. Langford didn't love that call. You can just tell by his body language. So no balls and a strike. And the 0-1, swing and a miss way out in front was Langford. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Popped out to short, flew out to center, and he struck out in the 6th. So Glass a strike away from getting the Broncos to the 9th inning with a lead. High fly ball. That looks like it's going to stay in the yard. Coming over, Gold, the second baseman, to make the catch. He called off the first baseman, Schenker, and he took control and made the catch. In the inning for Haysville, they score their first run of the night on a home run from Riley Mahalik. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's El Dorado 3, Haysville 1. We are back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. You're watching and listening to Bronco Baseball on YouTube. So the El Dorado Broncos come up here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They lead 3-1, and it's Olson, Coyne, and Meyer scheduled to hit, and foul ball by Ben Olson. Radomski stays out there for Haysville. That one just missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Radomski winds and deals. That's outside. Ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike here to Ben Olson. He's 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of strikeouts. 1 swinging, 1 looking. Looks there at strike 2. And, boy, just off the corner was Radomski there. I think that's a good call, too. So the 3-2 pitch to Olsen, and he's fists one out towards short. Rodriguez on a charge. Gloves, throws to first. Got him by a half step. Good play by Rodriguez. Close, but the right call for sure. So one away, and here comes Jarrett Coyne. Oh, not Coyne. Josh Riggs from Irons, Michigan. Riggs is 6'6". He's a tall dude. On our roster, he's listed as a pitcher. Because he's 6'6". So Alma hitting for Alma. Where is Alma? What is Alma? Michigan. Okay. Welcome to Kansas, to our Michigan friends. So Josh Riggs hitting for Coyne. And Riggs ahead 2-0. Riggs is 6'6", 210. I think we could fit 2 Garys where it comes to Riggs. Here's the 2-0. Swing, a mighty swing and a foul ball. So 2 balls and a strike. Broncos on the rail, 3-1. 3-5-2 for El Dorado, 1-5-0 for Haysville. 3-1. Looked like that ball was going to hit Riggs, and then it had some late break. Riggs wasn't afraid of it. 3 balls and a strike. Riggs bounces one in the hole. Rodriguez fields it, throws to first, and that will retire Riggs. I think Haysville fans are really going to like Raymond Rodriguez. He is a fine talent out at short. So Austin Meyer will come up. Meyer is officially 1 for 2 tonight. Ground out to second, singled and scored in the 5th, and walked in the 6th. Looks at ball 1. Broncos with 3 runs in the 5th inning. Haysville with a solo homer in the top half of this 8th inning. 3-1 El Dorado. And that one missed. De La Cruz popped in his glove a few times, kind of wondering where was that. 2 balls and no strikes. And that one in there for strike 1. Broadcasting football, especially basketball, I've got a lot of empathy for officials. There's one fouled off the netting of the Bronco dugout, 2-2. And now that I've begun umpiring slow pitch old man softball, which is nothing like this, it's tough calling balls and strikes back there. Not an easy gig. 2-2. Curveball just missed, 3-2. And I notice in Kansas, they're having trouble right now with umpires because they get so much grief from fans that people just don't want to do it anymore. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Meyer, fouled out of play. So it's one of those things as a fan, I think, really easy to blame the umpires, the officials, but when you think about it, it may be a call. Certainly one call here or there could cost a game, but these guys are doing their best they can. They don't have any reason to call one way or the other. Here's Meyer, a soft liner out to second on one hop. Saar will throw out Meyer. So 1-2-3. Radomski's been really good for Haysville. We'll head to the 9th inning. El Dorado 3, Haysville 1. Back in a moment here on YouTube. So the last chance for Haysville here in the ninth, 3-1 El Dorado. Glass remains in there for El Dorado. Carson McGregory leads off for Haysville. Looks at ball one. Leadoff batter so important in the ninth inning, especially in a two-run game. McGregory fouled this one off his leg. He's able to hop back up. Stinger at first, but he looks to be okay. 1 ball and 1 strike. McGregory, 0 for 3 tonight, reached on an outfield error back in the second inning and then flew out to right field and flew out to center field. He's put pretty good on the ball, I should say. Actually, the one time maybe he didn't put that really good swing into it, he reached base. Funny game, baseball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Curveball, and that one's way upstairs, 2-1. Haysville dug out all their players up towards the fencing, trying to cheer on their teammate, Carson McGregory, the first baseman. And the 2-1 pitch. And that one's, again, didn't square that one quite up. He hit it pretty good, but, again, the sound off the bat wasn't quite as solid. It looked good, but it didn't sound brilliant, and it's a fly out to right field. So here's Raymond Rodriguez. He's stung the ball hard a couple of times tonight. He's 0 for 3. Lined out in the second, ground out to third, and a ground out to second. Had to avoid that curveball, 1 ball and no strikes. Teammates might be giving him a little trouble. Hey, wear that one. We need a runner. 1 ball and no strikes. Way outside, 2-0. No activity in the Bronco bullpen. This is Glass's game to complete. Capps started. Sam Capps started the game. Avery Reedmiller was brilliant through the middle half. And second inning of work now here for Garrett Glass. The 2-0 pitch. Nowhere close, 3-0. Josh Riggs pinch hit in the 8th inning. He's at third base for El Dorado. So Donnell having a visit with Glass. Figure out what they want to do here. 3 balls and a strike. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, 7 o'clock start, Haysville at El Dorado. We'll have it for you here on YouTube. Hope you'll be at the yard, and if not, you can log on and watch here on your computer. Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Rodriguez. And a pinch runner. Rodriguez doesn't look like he'd be a slow guy out there, but pinch runner for Haysville. Here comes Dylan Hutchison. Hutchison from Cisco Junior College. Looks like maybe Scott Weaver running. Scott Weaver out of Oklahoma Wesleyan University. They had a great year this year. Oklahoma Wesleyan out of the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference. So he'll pinch run for Rodriguez. Hutchison is 1 for 3 tonight. 2 flyouts, 1 to second, 1 to center, and a base hit. He also stole a base. First pitch high, so 5 in a row out of the zone for Garrett Glass. And Donnell's going to talk again. Broncos and the Aviators tomorrow night and on Sunday night. And then El Dorado was off Monday, and they'll head to Great Bend Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Dodge City next weekend. Take on the A's. Don't forget, this game will be archived. They all are. On my Kurt Caden YouTube channel. Good lead by Weaver off of first. Glass comes home. That one's well out of the zone. Glass is searching now. 2 balls and no strikes. Final 3 outs, always the most difficult. 1 away here in the 9th for Haysville. And this one gets past a now. That'll be a pass ball, I believe. That takes away a double play, and Weaver is down to second base. (3-1) El Dorado, top of the 9th inning. 7 in a row out of the zone. And the 3-0. That one's in there for strike 1. So now Hutchison will look for his pitch. 3 balls and a strike. Glass has his sign. And the pitch. That one's low, ball 4. So the tying run is on the base pads. And Joe Kennedy's going to go out and talk. And a new hitter for Haysville. Ryan Jones is going to pinch hit. Ryan Jones, also from Oklahoma Wesleyan. So 1 away. Jones wants to find some real estate. Glass wants to induce maybe a 6-4-3 or something here to get out of this 9th inning. 3-1 Broncos. Haysville's got runners at first and second. And the pitch from Glass is high, ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Ryan Jones, right-handed batter. And Glass again is high. He keeps kind of looking at the runner at second before he gets his head around to home, and once the runner's been on, it seems like it's really thrown off his own mechanics. 2 balls and no strikes to Jones. High, ball 3. McGregory opened up the inning with a fly out to right, then 7 straight balls, 2 walks, and a 3rd walk. So Glass has walked the bases loaded. A real recipe for disaster here. Alan Saar will bat. Broncos have some activity in their bullpen. Taylor Woods is warming up, but he's not ready yet. Glass will go from the windup and the pitch. That's in there, strike 1. El Dorado, if they can induce a ground ball, might be able to get out of here with a double play. No balls and a strike to Saar. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. And the pitch. And this one's hit out into the gap in right center field. Barfield makes the catch. Runner from third will tag and score. Nice running catch by Barfield out in right center. So 1 RBI there for Saar. Weaver comes in to score. Hutchison tagged up from second, got to third. Now 2 away in the top of the order, Ethan Hunt. Hunt struck out against Glass in the 8th inning. And the pitch from Glass in the turf. Nice job by Donnell to block that one. 3-2 El Dorado. Looks like a little high drama on opening night. Tying run at third, 2 away. Haysville without a hit here in this ninth inning. There's strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ethan Hunt. Hutchison's at third. Jones is at first. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ethan Hunt. Hunt 2 for 4. Couple of singles, couple of strikeouts. And the pitch hit onto right field. That'll tie the game. Base hit. So 3 straight walks really come back to hurt El Dorado. We're tied up. And El Dorado is going to make a pitching change. So a run in the 8th, 2 have scored for Haysville here in the 9th. New pitcher coming in. We've got a new ball game. 3-3. Top of the 9th, back in a moment on YouTube. From Winfield. I do know Taylor. He was probably our best pitcher 2 years ago. He went to Labette last year. Kind of hot and cold. Yeah. Just the one in the inning. So Taylor Woods, new pitcher for El Dorado. 5'11", 175. He's a lefty from my hometown of Winfield. And he throws a first pitch strike to Tyler Flores. Not a lot of wiggle room right now for Woods. Runners at first and second, 2 away here in the 9th. Woods has a sign. And the pitch, curveball, stood upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tyler Flores is 0 for 4 tonight. (3-3), top of the 9th. And a curveball out in front was Flores. So Woods is a strike away from getting out of this mess for the Broncos. 3 straight walks here in the 9th. Really opened up the floodgates. A ball and 2 strikes. Woods has his sign and the pitch. Low. Pretty healthy lead off of second for Ryan Jones. He scampers back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jones at second. Ethan Hart at first. Hart with the 2-out RBI single to tie this game. Woods will fire back to second base, and Jones back in safely. Bailey snuck in behind Jones at short. 3-6-0 for Haysville. 3-5-2 for El Dorado. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch here to Flores. And that one's outside, ball 3. So the runners will get a head start. Anything in the gap, you'd imagine, would score 2 for Haysville. Three balls, 2 strikes. And that pitch is outside for ball 4. The 4th walk in the inning. Glass issued 3 of them. That's the first for Woods. Now the base is loaded. And Riley Mahalik, who homered in the 8th inning, steps up now with the bases juiced. And this one's hit out towards second base, and a base hit into center field. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. And Mahalik gives the Aviators a 2-run lead. A 4-run 9th inning for Haysville. Well placed. Didn't sound like that one hit square off the lumber for Mahalik, but certainly good enough. Good effort by Goad at second base, but out of his reach. 5-3 Haysville. And Woods delivers a strike to the 9th batter of the inning, Brandon Langford. Langford's 0 for 4. No balls and a strike. And the pitch from Taylor Woods is on the corner for strike 2. Langford from UNC Asheville. No balls, 2 strikes. Donnell sets up on the outer half, and the pitch fouled it off. Woods hit his spot. But a good job by Langford to stay alive. The inning started off harmlessly enough with a fly ball out by McGregory. The 0-2 just missed. 1-2. After that fly ball out, 3 straight walks, a sacrifice fly, a walk, and a single. 1-2 to Langford. Woods has his sign. And the pitch, that's way high, and the catcher Donnell has it. Now the runners are in a bad way. The throw down to third base, and out. Flores had taken a few steps off, and then Mahalik took off at first. So Flores had to go, and Donnell threw him out. But the damage done by Haysville here in the 9th inning. 4 runs on 2 hits. No errors. 1 left. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Haysville 5, El Dorado 3. More in a moment here on YouTube. So Mason Goad will lead off here for El Dorado in the bottom of the ninth inning. Goad 0 for 2 with a walk. And now the Broncos will try to muster up a little ninth inning magic like Haysville did. Haysville scored 4 runs on 2 hits in that ninth inning. Radomski's been really good for the Aviators, and he's in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. New catcher for Haysville, as David De La Cruz was hit for in the ninth inning, and so now Enzo Bonaventure is catching. And Goad hits one out to center field, and that's going to drop a leadoff single for El Dorado. So a good start for Bronco Nation. So Tyler Bailey will come up there. Radomski, the third Haysville pitcher, he came in after Yates gave up the 3 runs in the 5th and had a couple of walks in the 6th inning. Radomski came in, and that's the first hit off of Radomski since he's come in. Each team with 6 hits, 5-3 Haysville. And the 1-0 pitch hit in the hole, ranging, and a nice play out at short. That's not Rodriguez anymore. That's Andrew, or who? I believe that's who pinch ran for Rodriguez, Weaver. Nice play in the hole to cut off the lead runner, Goad. So Tanner White comes up with 1 away. White 0 for 2 with 2 walks. And this one snuck away from Bonaventure, but not getting a very good read was Bailey down at first. So he's unable to advance. 1 ball and no strikes. 5-3 Haysville, bottom of the 9th inning. El Dorado with 1 on and 1 out. Radomski ready to deal. And that one's in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. These teams always seem to play good games. Haysville and El Dorado. Not a very far trip. 1 ball and 1 strike. Curveball drops in there for strike 2. Radomski has a lot of moving parts, and when his arm action is fast and then he drops that curveball in there, that's tough for the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch, swing and a miss. So 2 away, and here comes Kyle Barfield. Barfield had probably the biggest hit of the night for El Dorado. It was a double with 2 away in the 5th that scored Austin Meyer the first run of the game. And then Barfield would score on Schenker's 2 RBI single. Broncos down to their last bullet. And the pitch from Radomski in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Kyle Barfield. 1 for 4 on the night is Barfield. Curveball, and that's in there, 0-2. Barfield at K-State had 3 home runs, 6 doubles. Batted .291 for the Cats. He's got to protect now. No balls and 2 strikes to Kyle Barfield. Tyler Bailey over at first base. And the 0-2, and that one's in the turf. Good waste pitch there by Radomski. Still out in front is Jonathan, 1-2. Bailey, a modest lead off of first. Here's the pitch, and Barfield checked. And Barfield did check. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bonaventure behind the plate was sure that was a strike, a swinging strike. So now 2-2 to Kyle Barfield. And this one's lifted high into center field. Hutchison settling under it. And the Aviators, with a come-from-behind win here tonight. The Broncos led at 1.30, led 3-1 going to the 9th. But 4 runs for the Aviators in the top of the 9th inning. And Radomski closed it out, 5-3, Haysville. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Haysville. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for El Dorado. The winning pitcher is Jonathan Radomski. The losing pitcher, Garrett Glass. Time of tonight's ball game, 2 hours and 24 minutes. So the Broncos will look to rebound tomorrow night. 7 o'clock start, Haysville and El Dorado. We hope you'll be a part of the action, whether it's here in the yard or right here on YouTube. Thanks for the emails. Hope to get more tomorrow night. And thanks for dealing with some of the technical issues we had as well. 5-3 Haysville. Kurt Caden bidding you good night from El Dorado.